Our next foot technique will be hooking kick. Now, I really favor this foot technique because you're able to use it in all three ranges. A lot of your foot techniques you're only able to use in long range and mid-range. But the hooking kick you're able to use in all three. Because of the fact it tucks so tight to the body, but it goes way away from the body, your opponent's body, and then comes back in and delivers the attack. So an example, I'm able to use it in long range, also in mid-range, and in close range. Because it goes away from my opponent's body, I'm tucked up, but then I come back in to his center and deliver my attack. Okay? Let's take a look and see how we break down the hooking kick. Start with your right leg back in your fighting or your walking stance and establish that good stance. Now, again, we're going to do the initial push off and keep the hands up. You're going to do the same preparation as you did for the side piercing kick. Knee as far as possible into the chest and heel to the buttocks. The striking tool for the hooking kick will be the heel, or if you're sparring in class or at tournaments, I suggest the bottom of the foot, just so you don't inflict that much damage. Okay? So again, your preparation, knee to the chest. The knee has to come very much tucked into the chest. The hands are in front, and the heel actually is exposed in front, just like we did in the side kick. But now we're going to do a little bit different. In the side kick, we threw it on line. If you watch the travel or how the heel travels, it travels right down the seam line of my suit. We need to get off the center line and come back into it. The hooking kick is just like the hook punch, but in a bigger version. Okay? So the preparation, now what we do is we actually take the heel or the foot and we throw it on a 45-degree angle away from the area that we're going to attack. When the foot is halfway extended, we fully extend it and then whip it back to center and contract the back of the leg muscles and bring it back in. This is a very hard kick to learn, so therefore a lot of people don't use it. Let me give you an exercise that will help you improve the snap in this kick. Start out with the right leg back or your left leg back in just a sitting stance, a horse stance. And I'm going to have you lift up your leg as far as possible, make the tuck. Now what you're going to do is extend it very slowly, about half, make it a 45. Now you're going to bring the heel to the center, push it to the center, and contract the back of your leg muscles and work on just the snap of bringing it back in. You need to relax to get that snap is the key. So extend it and bring it in. And bring it in. And bring it in. Okay? Now let's try a little bit more. You're going to throw it on an arc around. When you're halfway to fully extended, make sure it's on its travel back to center. Contract the leg muscles and whip it in. From here, slowly. Now shoot it to the center and contract and pull it in. So now when you get the momentum going and some speed into it, the snap will also increase as well. The key with this technique is you have to be relaxed. You have to be fluid. And at the last minute, you got to tighten up. So relax the whole body and snap. Try and take your heel and kick your buttocks with it. Good. You're going to throw this minimum the width of your shoulders away from your opponent. Okay? Let's try a few on the focus shield. Again, you're in your fighting or walking stance. You get the initial push off, the preparation, the hands have to be in front. Now, bring the knee as far as possible to the front of you. Extend your heel to where you're about 2 inches away from the target. Now, lock the leg as if you're shooting it for a side kick, and then wheel it back towards you. Let me give you a front version. With the front leg, let's just take it from the preparation. I shoot it about 2 foot past my target. Now I'm halfway extended. What I do is I throw it out like a side kick and wheel it back in at my target. Again, I prepare, extend it outward. At the last minute, throw it and lock it back in. The base leg has to be just like we did in our side kick. Okay? Let's work it back from the back leg now. From the back leg, the push off, the preparation, the hands are in front, bend the base leg for your balance. Actually, if your partner is holding the mitt, look at his face, but have him hold the mitt in line with his shoulders. So he's holding him in line with his shoulders. You're going to kick at his face, and when you're fully extended, almost fully extended, you'll change the direction of your kick towards the pad. Prepare. Extend your kick. The last minute, you've got to be relaxed to get that snap. If you're tense, here's how it looks. A lot of people like to extend this technique and then try and take their body and bring it across, and it just doesn't work. The key is to be very relaxed, be coiled up like a spring, and right from here, I extend it and hook it around. Tell me the difference. It'd be like this. What's going to be more power? Take a whip and lay the whip on the ground and bring it across at you and just hit it at you, or lash it out at you in the last minute, whip it back. You've created all that power. At the end result, whips the tail end of that whip. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting out very small, but the leg has to be very relaxed so you can get that whip. See that I'm doing? The whip into the kick. Okay? A few more with the back leg. Good. And then work it with the front leg. Same thing. Just the push off. Knee to the chest, heel to the buttocks. Extend it away from your target. The last minute, you need to relax and hook it back across. And hook it back across. Same thing, we're going to do it lunging in. Do a lunge in, which is take the place of the front leg, hook the kick. Work at both legs. You got to favor, can't favor a particular leg, and again, a particular kick. Do it stepping in, just like we did with a stepping side kick. Step behind that front leg to get you distance. After you've done that, we haven't covered jumping in kicks, but now that you have the basic foundation down for your kicks, then you can start adding lunges and jumps and flying. And so to jump in, we just simply jump in with both feet up in the air and get our distance and strike. And then later on, you'll change them into aerials. Good. That concludes